sings a quiet song. In the sun where we all fall, wrestling rumors, wrestling brawls, Jake and Cody calling it raw. In the somewhere breaking the wall. Eclipse a suplex, dreams and chair shot screams. Fans in the chat throwing wild extremes. Jake's got crutches but his spirit won't bow. Cody laughs, Jake wipes his brow.
Calls a shot, Spaz breaks the game. Cody's in the fray, adding to the flame. Ladders they rise, fists hit the air. Chaos erupts without a care. Triple A's warriors, NXT's pride. Only one walks with glory inside. Into somewhere we scream and shout, breaking it down, no shadow. Into somewhere where we breaking it down. CM Punk, John Cena tearing up the town. Broke half on fire, no one spit it better. Reef wing like a beast, no one does it clever. Cena through elbows, Punk through shade. Chains clang, bodies bang, rivalry displayed. Slanted to the chains like lions in the cage. Toronto crowd wild, unleash all the rage. In the summer, in the summer. The Garden's buzzing, New York feel electric. Punk's fist cracking, Seth's got a death wish, hectic. Cody says, man, Punk looking hungry tonight. Jake nods, but Seth flips, guts all in a fight. Roman stomps through, Rex plans in his strut. Tribal chief with bad vibes tearing it up. MSG crowd, stunned faces in the stand. Cody shakes his head, again. Lights flicker, chaos, hard to see clear. Jake's voice echoes, breaking through fear. Spaz throws the spark, Cody fans the flame. Wrestling truth, nothing stays the same. Into somewhere weekly, there's nowhere to hide. Opinions rip raw, tearing through the pride. NXT shadows with stories untold. Jake, Spaz, Cody with nerves of gold. Feel the crash, break the silence loud. Into somewhere the unruly crowd. Wrestling dreams, wrestling scars. We're lost but found under the blackest stars. The blackest stars!
Tide, your demons fall, their bones turn to dust. Infernal blood stains everything, and may you trust.
God, guess who's going?
What's
What's going on, folks? Into Somewhere Weekly, bringing the energy right off the bat. October 1st, time to get spooky. 2025 flying by. How we doing, folks? Oh, that gets me pumped. Into Somewhere Weekly, we've got Showdown. Showdown. Don't get us sued right off the bat. We don't need that. That's for damn sure. But what I do know for sure is I've got the one, the only, Cody O'Needy 316.
What's going on? Can't wait to get into some NXT tonight. We got some Week 5 NFL predictions. We got some other news. Andrade.
Hell yeah.
Back in AEW.
Shocking as that is, I just love that we have our own Into Somewhere theme music now, provided by Unidark. Check them out at Bandcamp, in the links, all in the description box down below. Love it.
Yeah, you said it's Halloween time. You said you were going to get spooky after the show tonight.
That's right. Got to get in the Halloween spirit, baby. I still need to get the arm finish. You know, just having the one pumpkin doesn't help, but the you know, it fits with the Firefly theme. Whatever.
You mentioned something about
being extra spooky.
After.
Oh, I'm gonna carve you up. Don't you worry. We're gonna go ahead and scoop out your inwards and turn you into a beautiful pumpkin. You know why? my favorite
Why?
time of year. I love Halloween season, and we might even have our traditional, yeah, Halloween, themed episode later on in the month, as well as some spooky surprises along the way. So make sure you go ahead and tune in for those. It's going to be fun. They had to change invasion because there was an invasion in real life a couple years back, and it was horrific.
Where you invaded, you said you invaded me. Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, not that one. No, we invaded Poland together, but I haven't heard from him in years. Granted, I know it's a terrible incident that we're obviously avoiding truly referring to and trying to stay as neutral as possible political wise. We don't want to refer back to or celebrate any terror attack or anything that's, negative in nature. That's like saying, we can't have a show on 9/11 because a tragedy happened, or we can't. I really don't. They didn't call it, as they said, it was the invasion, or something like direct. But, it's the V that they use, and it's the same. This is the exact font from, 24 years ago? It's the exact same logo, everything. They just plucked it out. They didn't even have a PNG of it. They had a scanner back then. That's how long ago this was. When you bend the knee once, it's just, you're never going to get them to feel fulfilled. You're going to have to apologize forever. And my worry is they open the floodgates because it was it wasn't people that had anything to do with the incident itself. It was the, high and mighty virtue signaling saviors on Twitter, mostly, that I saw. Not wrestling fans, and people that just picked it up to find something to complain about and were saying, "Oh, this is terrible," and how offended I am for you. And I always thought that was the most racist.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I always thought that was more racist than anything else. Like you're so stupid you wouldn't know to be offended, so I'm offended for you. Like, you're not supporting them, you're harming the cause. Granted, here we're all about inclusivity.
Let me speak for you because you can't speak for yourself, apparently.
I could say one thing for sure. Here on Into Somewhere, we come in and out of everyone equally.
Oh, do we?
That's for sure. We welcome everyone on this show. My worry is the original invasion didn't go over well. And there was a lot of issues, obviously, but if you had to boil it all down, you took every bit of that raunchy shit sandwich that they got us, and you stuff it into the Vince McMahon, modeled blender. Got to have the sponsored blender. Hulk Hogan didn't get home in time, so he didn't get that one. He was going to get the George Foreman too, but he was picking up his kids. So, in memory of the Hulkster, we put it all in there, we grind it up, and we come back with just one gelatinous form of a reason why the invasion failed. What do you think that would be? What was the biggest problem with the invasion in WWF at that time? Enlighten me. I'm putting you on the spot.
The biggest problem with it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is this like a trick question?
No, I'm genuinely curious. Like, what did you hate about the invasion the most? That entire angle, if you look back at that time and what they gave us, what got you the most riled up? I know you said previously you weren't a fan, so I'm not either, but
you have to make me.
I was trying to get an opinion out of you. Well, granted, my point is I hated the most that they didn't have any talent on the WCW side. So they had to pull WWF talent.
Well, the invasion was in 2001, right?
Yeah. So when they pulled everybody over and Stone Cold had to be the bad guy, and they had, Canyon and, I think Just Incredible was in the ECW side somewhere. Like, he's going to win it for you. Oh, wait, he's sleeping. Never mind. I don't know. It never felt like they had the big stars because Vince didn't want to pay the Turner contracts.
Scott Hall and Sting and all of them, right?
Yeah, they did. Goldberg, they all
participate in
didn't
that.
show up till
Yeah.
much later on because they had locked in their contracts the time left to still get paid out and sit home and do nothing. And Vince didn't want to buy out the WCW contract from AOL, so they got to sit home and collect money, obviously. And Vince couldn't use them or their likeness, so he couldn't even have the NWO at that point. He
So
had to wait.
kind of sucks when you don't have all those guys because Hogan, Nash got.
So you
Hulk,
either
Goldberg,
delay the
Sting, those are like your-
invasion, or you pay them out and do it right. And here's the thing: this was working.
because you need all of them. For
Yeah,
the invasion.
see, and that's my thing right there. The invasion failed before it ever started. There was a bunch of problems. Stephanie McMahon and Shane and all the corporation, all that shit. You hold off from that before we ever even get there. The fact that it was never truly an invasion. The real invasion we ever got already happened when the outsiders, that the 2.0 era came in the form of, Dean Malenko and Perry Saturn
God.
and Eddie Guerrero, and who else am I forgetting? I know there's somebody else I'm forgetting. Regardless, I'm stoned, but point being,
Somebody.
yeah, Chuck Palumbo. I don't remember. They didn't have the big names. And now the reason that TNA is upset is very valid, and it works so well because NXT's talent has had their titles for a long time now. And it was just, very fucking working. It was great. I loved it. The brawl last week, it felt raw, it felt real, it felt like an actual invasion. It was something fun. Then, my fucking God, why would you make Kalani team captain over anyone else? I am baffled by this decision. It is I don't know. I don't know why they would do it. Mara Sade, Jakara Jackson, I felt like and it's not just because, it's my pick. I feel like she is genuinely the best choice for team captain. She was just recently released. She just went ahead and, made her TNA debut not that long ago. She's been there, as Spaz likes to say, barely for a cup of coffee. And I feel like the story there of you've got the Iconics, both of them, as well as the now Mara Sade. They're saying the joke of it when she introduces her as can't say Jakara Jackson. They go ahead and they have a gripe. WWE let them go, and guess what? They're worth their money, their weight in gold, all these things that, you know what I mean? But they have Kalani Jordan representing TNA, and she's the NXT talent. So they don't trust Joe Henry because he's more on the NXT side. All right, kind of get that. But then nobody trusts Jordan Grace because she's a former TNA star, but that kind of doesn't feel right. I want to love this, but there's these plot holes and issues. I'm still happy we're getting it. That's the thing. It doesn't take away from the excitement. It's just, it could be still a bit better. I don't like them meddling in the fact of they're all of this so far. I have viewed it and seen it as class warfare, side versus side. They're telling you, this is NXT, we are TNA, we are NXT, this is TNA. We're going to keep going back and forth. And they said it last night. It's a showdown. They're going to see who's better. It's kind of like a combine, but I genuinely love the idea. They could do it, yearly and make it mean something. Now we're going to see them continue after Bound for Glory doing tapings for TNA and Full Sail for weeks on end. That's great. There is a lot to be happy for and look forward to. I just want to make sure that it's planned out well enough ahead and they use real, forethought here, because the stories that they're telling, some of it just doesn't add up. So they don't trust.
Well, listen.
Go ahead.
I
Please.
Even if they build a good story, We're still talking about the invasion angle, right?
Yes.
I've never, me, I've never been a fan of invasion angles anyway. What if it's WCW, WWF? If it's this, Raw and SmackDown was always stupid to me. I've always hated. I don't know. I've told you this before. I think I've always disliked invasions. I don't know why. Because I don't think there's ever a good story behind any of it.
So see, I am, one to not always go nuts for nostalgia, but I do like a lot of the invasions. The WCW, when where DX showed up in their tank, it's iconic. It's classic. They closed the garage door.
That's different.
That's an
different.
invasion. That was an invasion. When NXT showed up and they invaded SmackDown because the Saudi people would not let the people fly home. That was
that one was good.
That one was good too. And even them showing up last night in a cyber truck.
The hate in my mind for the WCW, WWF. Maybe
they wanted to modernize it. That's the new tank. Come on, that was a good joke. All of TNA marching forward. They looked really badass. That was cool. I don't know. I'm thinking you like the angles. Just every now and again, there's something that sucks. I think what you didn't care for is when we got bogged down with the silly Raw versus SmackDown Survivor Series nonsense for a while.
Maybe that's what killed me with Invasion.
Because he would, SmackDown's invading Raw. It's happening. It's happening. Kurt Angle going nuts.
They all work for the same fucking company.
It's happening. Kurt was.
What was I supposed to care about? Tell me why I was supposed to root for one show over the other. Why?
That was the thing. There was never stakes. There was, at least with this, they're promising more. There's going to be things on the line in the sense of there's titles and title shots. There's things for the winner to claim. There's stakes. There's points heading into Bound for Glory. I know this sounds extremely hyperbolic, but there is a point of NXT as we start to. We're going to do a quick review and then we'll give our predictions for next week, obviously. But
the review. Okay.
Yeah, well, we'll go through it quickly. I mean, there's not a. But it's one of my favorite things in wrestling right now, and it happened suddenly. I wasn't expecting it, and I think that's why I love it so much. So when we get there, I will let you all know why it tickles my loins, and even possibly brought back the return of Cater Taker. Michelle took away my hall pass. Oh, Taker, go back to your room,
I
buddy.
think Jake's right though. I'm probably just
remembering the bad ones, not the good.
Right.
And I can't blame you. A lot of them are very shit.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Sorry. Oh, it was my thing then. I just heard music playing. I don't know what that was. I had iTunes.
Uh-oh.
But anyway.
Are you smelling burnt toast again?
Well, I was smelling stuff burning all day today. I don't know if you smelt that in there today.
Oh, fuck. No, I think you're having a stroke again, bud. You might want to get that checked out, but wait till the show's over, okay? I don't want you to go anywhere yet. You might be too dizzy to walk. I need you still. It explains why you're a little loopy, though.
Smoking weed before the show.
Well, that too. I mean, you could barely focus to begin with.
I yelled at the
snappy.
intern first.
You don't even have your shot collar on. I mean, you're really going. Yeah, Dynamite is 2.5 hours now. They want to go longer.
What?
So they can count the overrun and the half hour as more ratings to total viewership. So now they can say whatever they got in the second.
Is Dynamite 2.5 hours or?
Yes, Dynamite is now 2.5 hours.
Oh, it's like Dynamite.
No, it's Dynamite is 2.5 hours. So as being, shared everywhere, Andrade El Idolo makes his return following his WWE release. We still don't know exactly why. It was not drug or violation related for the wellness policy.
So he didn't have a.
Apparently it was behavior, but him and Ray Phoenix were supposed to go and actually get the tag titles at one point. Then they were going to face the Wyatt Six at Clash in Paris in France. They were going to lose there and I guess get them at the next show. That didn't happen. I've heard a bunch of different reports, but now Vice is sharing this and saying that post-match, Kenny Omega was being beaten up by the group. Jack Perry and Luchasaurus come out and they save Kenny Omega. This is from the multi-man match where Omega teamed with Brodito to take on the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. So Jack Perry, Luchasaurus, basically were there to help, and Kenny wasn't happy because he has past issues with Jack Perry, so I'm glad at least they mentioned that. Omega starts talking about the 6th anniversary, the lights go out, come back on, it's Andrade, and he's with the Callis family. I mean, the last time we saw him is what, 2023? What's the end? World's End, when he fought Rusev. Miro, right? Yeah.
Miro, yeah.
They said that he left on good
Yeah,
terms.
that's
You know,
wrestling.
he left that nice. I shared, you know, I enjoyed sharing the ring with Sting, Pac, Darby, you know, Daniel Garcia, Jay, and many more. And he did send off a nice farewell, but I thought he had issues there too. So seeing him back there, I mean, there is no bridge burnt. We're learning more and more. That's for certain. When it comes to wrestling.
So he's the first one, right, that left AEW, well, left WWE, then went to AEW, then went back to WWE and went back to AEW, right?
Yeah. He's been back and forth, so. Apparently Jade's doing well. The spot above her eye just required stitching, but she's doing well, and she's out of concussion protocol. So, well, as much as that was a bad moment, the backstage report basically says that the match ended badly after the botched pin. What was supposed to happen was Stratton was late to break up a pin that Cargill had on Jax, and Jax had to kick out the first time. And I guess that's why she wasn't kicking out the second time. They said they weren't sure why the 3 wasn't counted for Stratton when she was pinned, as that was the apparent finish. So she was supposed to go over and steal the win, but she got there too late, so Nia had to kick out, and then she had to be pinned again. So basically...
Well, Nia didn't kick out.
But no, that's the thing. So Nia was supposed to kick out again, but Nia just laid down because, you know, the ref didn't count 3, but that was the finish. But because she broke up the pin late the first time, Nia had kicked out, so the ref thought she was kicking out again. So she didn't count to 3. So, yeah.
So that's where... So even when that happens, though, I think you should just call it as a shoot. 1, 2, 3.
We said that. I mean, that's why Vince fired that one ref, and that's where it came from. So.
That's that thing I agree. A Vince rule I agree with. You don't follow the script. You make it a shoot. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Every fight's supposed to be a work, but it's also supposed to be presented as a shoot. So if you're not kicking out, it's 1, 2, 3 for you.
Yeah,
it looked like Nia Jax got pissed, though, if we're going to go back on that. It really looks like Nia got pissed at the ref.
I feel like my brain is just acting up today. I really can't remember because I know there was 4 people that came from WCW with the Radicals. I don't know. You don't remember either, right? Perry Saturn, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero. Was it Chavo?
Ooh, Chavo.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know. We might have botched this. Granted, hey, you know, they said they messed up. The ref came on Twitter and said, hey, I messed up. I promise to do better. But here's the thing. Did it really ruin the match? Did it really? She didn't count to 3. She didn't kick out. Like, it was a bad botch, but like, in the grand scheme of things,
I personally think.
Here's the thing: like the ref should have to apologize to Tiffany. But if Tiffany didn't get Tiffany then won. If Tiffany got screwed, then I could see her having a storyline out of it. Like there could be something, but you know,
I personally think it ruins the match though because you see Nia's shoulders on the mat 1, 2, and what the fuck are you stopping for?
Yeah, you know. So
I don't know. You don't think it ruined the match?
No, honestly, because it was such a crash, you know, and crash course kind of match. So I'm the first person that has jumped on the Nia hate bandwagon. I have attacked her before for being what I felt was unsafe in the ring. Am I a wrestler? No. It's what I viewed with my eyes, and being a human being that's been through numerous surgeries for stupid shit, I can tell you stuff hurts. So here's the thing. Not only did she, I don't think it was any of this was intentional, but she was giving Jade an Irish whip off a reversal, keep in mind, into the stairs. She already pulled her a little too fast off the reversal. Now Jade's moving, and Jade's already quick. So she's going to go and bring her hands up to land face first into the higher part of the stairs, make the noise, bang, good, done. Bob's your uncle. And a match.
All said I sound mid-stroke for sure.
Now, when she does the Irish whip, throws her back, Nia then gives her a little Oopsie daisy, there you go. Push to the moon. You know, when the kid says, Dad, no higher, stop. And you're like, shut up, you little wuss. And you give them one more and then they puke. Yeah, this is the result of that. So Naya, bit of a foolish thing, but she gave her a push. Here's the problem. She was already like stepping mid-step forward with that. So now she not only, you could see, somewhat lost her footing, but she was already starting to go down to hit for the step spot. She was starting to lean so she can go into it. So when she pushed her, she ended up like giving her force like a missile, and her head, she didn't just hit the corner, she hit and dragged. That's why that spot ripped open. Yeah, I did this scar here, like I said, in the shower on Father's Day. I was very inebriated on SoCo and lime, and when we came back to the hotel room, it was all of Courtney's family, and they had rented this big, nice hotel with the pool and all that shit. We were swimming. All the dads are drinking, having fun, relaxing, nice family time. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to go rinse all the chlorine off my fat ass. And I go to get in the shower, and it was super slippery, and I'm already unsteady as a dumbass to begin with. So I just slipped and stepped forward, and I smashed my face into the porcelain soap dish really hard. And I looked up, and I'm like, it didn't even hurt, honestly, yet. I just looked up, and then I saw blood just go. And I was like, uh-oh. And I stepped out of the shower, and I saw the skin hanging like this, and my face was like drooping, and I'm like, uh-oh.
I'm clumsy too. Don't get it. I'll just be standing there, then I almost fall for whatever reason. Has that ever happened to you?
Oh yeah. That's part of the reason I needed this, replacement surgery and fixing uppers, because I've sprained my ankles more times than I can count because of the what do you call it? The connective tissue disorder that I have. So injuries do find me.
I might have one too, because I
soaked two of those big hotel thick white towels with blood. I soaked my t-shirt with blood. Her sister's then to be husband, so her brother-in-law, drove me and her father-in-law to the hospital, and I had a big piece of the soap dish still in my face. I didn't even realize it. They took it out. They're like, "Oh, you want to keep it?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good." But I had like I forget how many. I think it was like 70-something stitches inside and out. It was painful, but I don't have like the horrible visible scars. So hopefully, her having access to top tier plastic surgeons should be okay. Yeah, that'll do it.
I didn't even notice it was bleeding. I used to play football, so years ago. So I smashed my face, but I didn't even know I was bleeding until I took off the helmet. Then blood just started pouring.
Funny how that is.
I don't know how.
Injuries find you.
I don't even know what did it. Yeah, I know. I have a shoulder.
We're born of the same
it's
cloth.
Contagious. We really are, because we've had stories like throughout our life where we both.
I've been hit by cars. I've been in car accidents. I have fallen. I have broken things myself and others.
I've had some rare diseases like scarlet fever.
Oh, there you go.
Some measles, that.
And you were vaccinated too.
I've had some crazy.
You said they vaccinated you like 6 times as a child, right? At once?
Yeah, well, I was really I'm being dead serious. It was more common for me to get rare things than
I mean,
for me to get common things. It was weird.
That's a lot of vaccines. So it takes a lot to get that way.
Hospital. I was always in the hospital.
They were trying to make you like the plot of Gen V, They wanted their next super child. It's like that guy that got a COVID vaccine 3 times a day every day.
Nowadays. Is that? Wait, what? I didn't hear about this. Is this a true story?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was on the news. The guy got like hundreds of shots over the course of time, and every day.
Are you fucking serious?
Yep.
You're not trolling, right?
No, I'm dead serious.
We need to pull this story up. I need to see this now. No. You're dead serious. I thought you were just trolling me.
No, right here. So this is from a while back, but CNN Health. A man deliberately got 212 COVID shots. Here's what happened. So this is from 2024. So what he would do is he wanted to know In 29 months, a 62-year-old man from Magdeburg is what I'm going to say. All right. Deliberately got 217 COVID-19 vaccine shots in the span of 29 months, according to a new study, going against national vaccine recommendation. How about just common sense recommendation, you dumb Jesus Christ. In the process, he became a walking experiment for what happens to immune system when vaccinated against the same pathogen repeatedly. They'll never let us advertise this video now. They said this is a really unusual case of someone receiving that many COVID vaccines. I had to cover my pretty face so people would be able to read that. Goodbye. Point being, yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true as fuck. So that's also hilarious. I could picture you doing that.
What position did I play, Paul? I switched it up. Jake?
Catcher.
Jake, what position would you like? I played catcher in football, yeah.
Yeah.
Some would call me the first baseman. I don't know.
I played shortstop, but this Monday, WWE is also advertising CM Punk. Now, this. Some people say like, oh, look at that. It's the Mandela effect. You're an idiot. Did they not say CM Punk was supposed to appear on Raw? Chat?
Yeah, they did.
Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, X,
times.
Rumble. We're live all over the place. Somebody, tell your boy here, what the fuck? They did say Punk would be there on Monday. Then all of a sudden, those tweets were just like, bam, gone. You tell him, Hyper? Red Bull time. My wife and I just lock eyes, and she's like, you fuck, I'm tired, as I open more energy drinks. So, granted, let's get comfy, folks. We're in for the long haul, right, bud? Just you and I?
Oh, indeed we are. You know
indeed we are. So this Monday, this chair is forever sinking. Look at this. I do have a new chair on the way as a B-Day gift, but I'm not supposed to know, I believe. Listen, CM Punk is going to return this Monday. We've got Becky Lynch taking on Maxine Dupree in a non-title match. You give a shit about that? Cause...
Oh, I noticed, speaking about shit, I noticed you're wearing a SmackDown hat.
Yeah, I'm the shit show supervisor. That's when I got to deal with you. Not knowing what you hate about the invasion. Cody, what do you not like about apple pie? The pumpkin.
Yeah, the pumpkin in it. Yeah, pumpkin and apple pie just never goes well.
What?
What?
That's blasphemy. My favorite ice cream flavor is pumpkin ice cream, like the pumpkin pie flavor one. Since I was a kid, and I worked at, well, not work, I helped out. I couldn't be employed as like a 6-year-old, but when my mom worked at the ice cream shop, and they had the Hershey's distributor there, so we had like the apple crumb pie ice cream, and oh my god, that was half the reason I was that fat as a child. Jesus.
You know what?
Put that stuff in an IV.
Speaking about nice,
right in the veins.
I want some eggnog. No, eggnog.
You and your eggnog. Yeah. You were like 6 weeks ago. You're like, oh, I found eggnog. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Is like, drink it? I'm like, it's expired. Yeah. I'm like, dude,
the eggnog. You don't understand.
Yeah, you're like, I found your eggnog. I'm like, no, that was my urinal. I can't go upstairs with the cast. And you're like, I thought it was just expired. Yeah, you thought it was expired.
I thought it was eggnog.
This is not a milk jug. I got to piss and I can't go up the stairs. I've been, surgery. Tried to tell you. And even Bird Girl, Lyra, she's taking on Roxanne Perez.
So you're the type of guy that puts pineapple on pizza, aren't you?
With ham and bacon and grated cheese. Fuck yeah, that would be good. That's a real Hawaiian here. Oh, it adds to the flavor with the bacon too. Can't do it just on its own. I don't like eggnog. I'm sorry. Never did.
You don't like eggnog?
No.
Okay. Eggnog is one of the best drinks ever. Don't get me started.
I'll make you some eggnog for you to drink.
Eggnog is vile. Oh, fuck off.
See?
Ew, eggnog. All right. You know what, chat? They're just saying it because I like it. If you said you liked eggnog, I bet you they would be cheerleading. Like,
I don't believe that. The chat is not at all motivated by my feelings. They are as real gets. That's what I love about our chat. Twitter actually doesn't agree. They said ew as well. Instagram's lacking, but they're there. Thank you.
I hate all of you that hate eggnog.
We're still suspended on ye old TikTok.
Are we? What did you do?
I don't get it. Every time we stream, it doesn't. There's nowhere to go ahead and find out why we're suspended each time either. I go into the, like, I'll show it live. Look, here's my dashboard. Access not approved or revoked. Couldn't apply because your live access is suspended. Try again in 3 days. Your live content does not meet the requirements. What requirements? It doesn't say what, and then I can't get into anything else. So there's nothing to click or do. Like, this is it. I can switch the account, or I can, that's it. Anybody? I'm pretty tech savvy. I don't know what the hell to do.
Yeah, TikTok I've never understood.
Fucking A, goddamn Zoomers. I asked my daughter, and she was like, fine. Yeah. I was like, oh.
Speaking about TikTok,
right.
Fuck TikTok, because YouTube Shorts is better.
YouTube Shorts is just TikTok sped up.
Yeah,
that's
a fair way.
I'm telling you, I'm excited for Showdown. We'll get into our predictions and NXT recap. The last 5 dates for John Cena are as follows. We know he'll be there October 11th, next Saturday in Perth, Australia. We'll be live, right? It's Saturday, yes, in Perth. So
we'll be live in the morning. So grab a cup of coffee, a cup of eggnog.
Take this. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, we'll be up early in the morning so you guys can do the cup of Java. Can't say cup of anymore. Got a cease and desist. What can I tell you?
Pumpkin spice coffee, right?
Massachusetts lawyers are the worst. They are so litigiously like aware of everything. So cup of Java is great. What's wrong with cup of Java?
Do you know about Massachusetts?
Massachusetts. I'm just saying. Yeah. Tried to. Crown Jewel in Australia will be live for that review, of course. But then Massachusetts can celebrate November 10th in Boston. John Cena will be there for Monday Night Raw. The week after, he'll be there in New York at the esteemed and prestigious Madison Square Garden for Monday Night Raw. Then he'll be at Survivor Series Saturday, November 29th, San Diego, California at Petco Park. And then Saturday night's main event, Saturday, December 13th, Washington, D.C., White House, front lawn,
Ooh.
John Cena, Vladimir Kozlov, USA versus Russia. Well played. Yes,
final time.
Capital One Arena, that's his last match. They went,
rumors have it that he's going to be facing the Great Khali.
Yeah, I just didn't want John Cena to fucking sue me, Him and his lawyers, all those Massachusetts lawyers are just so goddamn aware of everything I say. It's horrible.
What did you say about Cena?
Nothing but praise, minus the heel turn sucking really bad, and that time that he said he swallowed that entire in Vince's office, but I didn't even bring that up on the air. I told him I wouldn't say anything about that gigantic...
They can't hear us right now, right?
Gullet.
You're just telling me this, right?
I made sure not to mention anything about the so.
Okay, they can't hear what we're saying, right?
No, we're still live. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
Look what
apparently.
You did.
Well, I mean, at least it's out in the open. I mean, you guys could be happy. Jurassic Express was there. AEW Blood and Guts set a date and location for their annual match. They're going to be in Greensboro, North Carolina, Hardy Country, Wednesday, November 12th. Yeehaw! First Horizon Coliseum. This venue was previously known as the Greensboro Coliseum, now the First Horizon. They had the early War Games matches. Why? Because it fits it well in there. So Jamie Hayter called out for the Blood and Guts match, and that's going to be the plan. We don't know if they're having a men's. Right now, it's only tentatively planned to be a women's Blood and Guts on Dynamite this year. Interesting. So we mentioned Raw. I went back to Dynamite, but SmackDown this Friday, champion Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton taking on the Brawns. So that's interesting. We'll see what comes of that. And we'll see what they add later on in the week if they tell us any more matches for that show.
Again, show everyone your SmackDown hat.
That's right. I am the shit show supervisor. Speaking of, I like the way they opened yesterday. Ricky Saints, NXT. It was, September 30th, 2025. VPN in hand. I watched on Netflix like an evil bastard on the pirate seas. Yar. And we find ourselves with Ricky Saints. He's out there talking about he's going to lead the people to the praise lands and the promised lands of victory. Obafemi supposedly is rumored to be on SmackDown Friday, as he was not factored into any of the plans for the Showdown show. Really? You can't even say it anymore?
Say it.
I'm trying to.
I told you.
It's
in the script.
Even if I say it super slow, watch.
So even it's part of
Showdown.
The script, it doesn't let you say it anymore.
Showdown.
Showdown.
Invasion.
Are we being censored?
I quit. So he's trying to pump up the people. Can we do it? The crowd says, yes, Ricky, yes, we can. Then JC Jane comes out. Love the Fatal Influence song. It's so funny that it's AI, backing that up. But so it's only stuck in my head a little bit less than Blake Monroe's theme. Just that's the earworm. So we go ahead and
Speaking about Blake
she
Monroe,
comes out.
off topic.
Oh, off topic. Yes, please.
Just her name in general, because remember when she was first introduced as Blake Monroe, people hated on it.
Some people didn't like it.
What do you think about the name now?
I loved it from day one. I like
Blake as a girl's name now. I've always
my female cousin is named Blake. I've always had it, in my mind as a girl's name. It works very well.
Yeah.
I knew a few boys named Blake, and later on they were girls. So, see,
there you go.
Not telling a lie there. We don't judge into somewhere.
To WWE, always.
Yeah, and we ended up getting JC Jane out there. I'm happy for it. They're the captains.
Not a lot of people like her though.
JC, they're not supposed to, but that's why I like her, because she's exceeding everyone's proper expectations, but they are, preconceived notions of what she was supposed to achieve. Everybody thought she was a paper champ, one title defense, she'll lose. She's the most beatable champion of all time, and she's just kicking ass and surviving.
I remember when she first
being a heel or not, she's still winning.
On it.
Yeah,
you were one of the first to praise it.
I liked it. It was a good change. It instantly shot her up. And look at that. Lainey Reed has a moment backstage with Fatal Influence where she whips out the black hood that she wore. She's like, "You're welcome for No Mercy." And she goes, "What do you mean?" She takes out the hood and she throws it and goes, "There you go." And she goes, "That was
she
you?"
Gave him the wrestling video game.
So I don't know why she missed the match with Sol Ruca. I guess so they didn't think it was her. I don't know. But regardless, she said, "Yep, that was me." And, "Oh, you're welcome. I also took out Jasmine." I did put up a short the other day from our stream because I really felt like they did Jasmine wrong. They literally that night, they were like, "Oh, well, sorry." And that was it. They just walked away from her. So granted, that poor girl, right? She'll make her money. She'll be fine. Ava's out there, Santino's out there, and they're talking about their team captains. It's going to be Kalani Jordan, and she's an NXT wrestler. What are you talking about? But she beat, Lei Ying Lee to become the Knockouts champion. And Ava's like, "Okay, well, you got to finalize your teams by the end of the night. You and Ricky go and do your work. Kalani and Mike, you guys got your job cut out for you." Santino says, "This isn't an invasion, it's a showdown." Oh, if I quote him, because Santino said it's not an invasion, but if I say it's an whatever. So I guess if I'm quoting somebody, this was good. It was a really fun opening. Makes sense. I like Trick Williams not being in the team leader because he's tricky. It's funny with Santino, but it makes sense. I like the little backstage thing they had with Javon Evans and Leon Slater. That was fun. Last Legend, Jada Parker, was a well-worked and solid match really good showing for Jada Parker getting the win there. She hit her with the hypnotic for the victory. For a while, I really thought that Lash was going to win here and get the spot, but it was like they were very smooth. It was well executed. They are miles ahead of what they were doing even like 6 months ago when they last faced each other. Jada needs a big push. This could be it. I think this is a good thing for her. I like the backstage locker room stuff that went on. You know, Ricky talking to Javon, giving him a spot. He's like, you know, you're the OG. Trick is now the co-captain, and they basically make Josh Briggs versus Miles Bourne happen on the men's side. So we'll get to that match. Jump in at any
Something I
time
wanna
from
ask you
bowling
before that.
through. Yeah, hit me.
Speaking about pushes, who in NXT, 2 from the men and 2 from the women, would you like to see get bigger pushes than how they're treated now? Like, I guess this could be an underrated.
So
Maybe.
2 for the men and 2 for the women in NXT.
Yeah.
See, I feel like they're gonna do something with Lainey Reed, so she would have been 1.
Yeah.
Another one probably be Jada Parker, I would say. Yeah, because she's been giving out great matches consistently. You know, very good, I would say. Not great, but very good matches. You know, she's in that upper echelon. It doesn't feel developmental anymore. It doesn't feel rehearsed or like they're just spot to spot. Like there's fluid movement. They've learned how to sell in between. It doesn't feel like clothesline, then elbow, then it flows one into the other. So that's good for the women. For the men, where the hell did Wesley go? He was one that I thought was going to have like a meteoric rise, and he's a great talker. He's a great like foil to plans. He's a good like little shit to irritate you and ruin your day. You know, he's great at that. Like you undermine him, and yet he always comes out on top. I think he would be benefiting some type of push. Somebody else on the men's side, I mean, I feel like they're doing a lot with Miles right now, so I can't complain about that. I don't know. I would have to really think who else on the men's side. Do you have anyone that comes to mind for you?
For the men's and women's?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Sorry.
I mean, I guess I will say Miles because, yeah, he's getting himself into...
Miles?
Yeah, I would say as well,
I don't
because he's gotten the match, you know, coming up here. But if they don't do anything past that, I feel like he's a very underrated case because he's unique. Yeah, oh, he talks funny. Guy's deaf and doing a great job at being able to communicate at all, you know, verbally. He's an amazing story. I love what he can do.
That. That's a good
He's
one.
impressive.
And
he looks better with this kind of change up too.
It actually must be hard to do that, which is, you got to give him praise.
My mother reads lips and is, you know, fully hearing impaired, and she's almost completely deaf. She has 3% of her hearing left, so it's very minute. And
so is he like completely deaf? Like what's it?
Yeah,
with him?
he is deaf. He's full deaf. He's just able to. I guess he's, you know, besides reading lips, he's got minor frequencies. I've heard it different ways, but yeah, he's deaf, poor guy. So he, you know, obviously you hear when he talks, but you wouldn't know by his wrestling or anything. That's for damn sure. And the fact that he's able to know spots that are being called, and you know, it just shows a huge testament to his work. Yeah. Oh, I read lips here too. And don't worry. Fallon Henley. Speaking of lips, with JC Jane and Lola Vice.
What were you gonna do to my lips?
I was giving you to Lola Vice, you know, let you do the hip shake.
Oh.
This just got run through. This was a
You want me to do a hip shake?
I would like to see that. You still owe some eating in public, so maybe we throw in some hip shakes too. Have you put on a skirt and call you Susan? But Fallon Henley got the shit stick to this. You know, she really did. Lola kind of just railed through her and hit the shit out of her with machine gun kicks and then the spinning back fist, and that seemed to crack her right in the face. JC was pissed. It really was shitty on Fallon's side. I get it, because Lola needs to go to No Mercy and have that, you know, she lost, though. It's like, she lost. Why keep her strong? Fallon should have won here. Give Fallon a chance to do something. I don't know. It feels like people aren't really getting behind Lola as much as they thought. I mean, she lost to JC, and now people are still cheering, but it doesn't feel like they
this
want
is what
her
your worry
elevated.
was. You said because they were pushing her, but not a lot of people. She's not as over as she should be.
Yeah, she's over with the Full Sail audience for
Select group of
sure.
people, I would say. Like,
Yeah,
I would
but on
say
a bigger
like,
scale, I don't think many people give a shit about Lola Vice yet. I'm one of them. I don't dislike her, but I usually behind the baby faces they put out there.
like with Lola, I
I'm not
wouldn't have
having
minded
it.
her winning, but
Yeah, no, absolutely.
like a lot of people, for what I've seen though, like wanted Lola to win over JC, but like I think that's more not liking. I don't think that's because they like Lola. I think a lot of people still have that dislike for JC.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
I think
far
that's
cry back to the days of me crying in Dave's vape shop about how I need to make a podcast and make something work. I mean, you look at all this. I'm appreciative that we have the Showdown show, and my nitpicks here are few and far between. Really, like some of the logic stuff, but overall, they're doing well. You know, I liked the teams for the most part. No, I don't think Lola needed the win here. I would have done something with Fallon. If you want to keep building Lola up for the AAA crowd, okay, maybe, but we got Dark State promo, run of the mill. The Hardys promo, though, was very telling as they made sure to enunciate the fact that they have never won the NXT tag titles, and that's the only belts they're missing from their repertoire, their esteemed list of accomplishments. So they need to get those titles, and of all people, it's how it works. Always got to acknowledge my vape chief, sir. Leon Slater making his entrance in NXT hits different than it does in TNA. The UFO effect, the ground fog, because it's just more produced with how Full Sail is set up for the wrestlers. It was very, very, very entertaining. It just gave it a larger than life feel. I like him to begin with. This pairing made me excited. I was excited to see what him and Javon would be like as a tag team. They didn't disappoint. They took on the Cullings, Sean Spears, and Nico Vance. Tatum Paxley got her doll of herself from Lyra earlier, trying to make good. I don't know if Lyra knows that she's needed on the main roster, but she just keeps hanging out in NXT. What are you going to do? I'm telling you. So Javon
who's someone
later
that
killed
you
it.
think should be called up? That's another thing.
I think Obafemi is being called up on Friday. I've heard
What about
rumors.
someone that you think should be called up, though?
Should be, though?
Don't you see being called up in the future that they don't have planned? There was some rumor the other day about how WWE is going to be different with their call-ups.
I can tell you what they should do.
Understand it.
Take Josh Briggs and make him what Baron Corbin was originally in NXT, the Lone Wolf, but do that on the main roster with Josh Briggs. That's going to be money. I'm telling you right now, because they don't have anybody at the current time that looks, talks, or wrestles like him, really. I feel like he would stand out as a heel. I think it could work if he did the whole lone wolf approach, and because there's a lot of factions going on right now.
Lone wolf, right?
No, but I'm saying that style of gimmick. There's so many factions. So there he is, to tear down factions, the inside out, because he's been burnt so many times. He hates friendship. Something. We'll spruce it up later.
I wouldn't mind that.
Javon,
I don't even know why they got rid of that character for Corbin, though, if we're talking about the Lone Wolf. That was his best gimmick.
Javon hits a double cutter on both these guys. That was a thing of cinematic beauty. And then he hit a huge dive out to ringside. And then Leon gets the Swanton 450 on Sean Spears for the win. 10-man staying down for a 10 count on that one. Don't you know it, Mr. Dillinger? It was just a hell of a pairing. This was simply to showcase what Leon can do. Can they coexist knowing they have a match against each other at Bound for Glory? But hey, they held up honor. They did it for honor. And they held up the respect. They really wanted to show that they're high flyers and they're young and they're agile, but there's also something they both have that other people are lacking. You know what that is?
Tell me.
Cock size. That's what makes them so egotistical. They both have gigantic penises. And a lot of heart. I mean, they would have to have big hearts to pump that much blood to their penises. You know, it was actually probably one of the funniest sketches I've ever seen, but it was made by one of the craziest people. So, what the hell? Andy Dick used to have a sketch show way back in the early 2000s, and
Your cousin.
right, and he went ahead and Mr. Meth Man. He got a sketch done where he goes to the plastic surgeon, excuse me, and he gives them an order of, he throws them a bunch of money, like bags of money. And he's like, I want to make my dick the biggest out of anybody's. And they run out of like other skin to use on him. So he's like, don't worry about it. And the doctor just starts like cracking open the like, you know, the Pillsbury rolls that pop when you open them in the tube. Like they just start cracking those. So when he finally wakes up from surgery and he's walking down the street with pants, he's just got this gigantic, maybe 5-foot dong hanging down his leg. Like it's obscenely huge. But now every time he gets an erection, he passes it out. You know, it just passes out because there's not enough blood in his body to make this thing go erect. So finally he comes up with a plan to, you know, off himself. And he wraps the unit around his neck and then he looks at porn. And as it swells, you know, and he dies. I'm not selling it to you great, but I'm telling you, if you saw it, it's fucking hilarious. All right? My descriptive words do nothing to tell you about the gigantic cock of this man and the way he committed suicide with it. It was incredible. YouTube is going to hate this show.
We're going to get taken down.
You're giving me nothing.
Not just on TikTok.
I'm gonna have to reboot you. Granted, we had more backstage stuff. You might be. You're supposed to be everybody, but I'm not sure.
Is that the beeping I hear in my head?
Could be that or Suicide
you
Squad's paying off. We had the big brawl at the end that everybody expected.
Wait, who's outside my house? The
wrestlers showed up looking badass. I loved every second of the Cybertruck Warriors.
Avoiding the question.
We already saw Matt Cardona being there, but he had to run back outside and team up with the TNA guys. Like, hey, don't forget, yes, I want WWE to hire me, but I'm with you, TNA, until WWE offers me a paycheck. Don't worry about it. Please, WWE, hire me. Everything on Twitter is him basically being asked by some random person, like, hey, do you think you'll go back to WWE? And he's like, I'm just waiting for the call. Like, I hope he gets hired, but it is funny how much he's like, maybe he's trying to manifest it and put it out in the ethos. Good on him, but it does seem a little, please, just saying. Yeah, the Andy Dick show. That sketch, and then he had a really good one where he wore his his grandfather's Halloween costume, and obviously he was like a Nazi soldier, and then his great-grandfather's costume was a Klansman. Like, it just kept getting worse, but he was like wearing all the stuff that he found and thought it was Halloween costumes. Very funny, but it's been parodied 1,000 times. None of it's original, but it's still hilarious. Speaking of a parody, it's supposed to be Invasion. Fix that for me.
Say it, try
bribe
it.
Somebody.
Let me try.
All right.
It's going to be the greatest of all time. Wait.
Close enough. I don't think it worked, but we tried. I mean, people get it.
Right.
It's been canceled. I mean, we showed it right here. You know, it's this right here. It's you know, see, it says it, but it's canceled. It's canceled.
So they
canceled.
So they shut that down and put a showdown instead?
Yeah. But we've got predictions, and I'm looking forward to this still. The wrestling is going to be great. They've made promises that I believe they're going to be keeping, such as there needs to be winners. This is not, I don't want to sound, again, I don't want to sound like I'm giving it a false hyperbolic, you know, oh, it's going to be the best ever. But this really has so many story implications going forward. If TNA just sweeps them, what if NXT sweeps and now it's like, oh yeah, we are above you all and we're only developmental. You're supposed to be like, there are so many sides to this that my love of theorizing is just going nuts. My brain's haywire. Did I mute you?
I'm still lost on that.
Okay. Just checking. You're lost on what? sauce.
Yeah, you know it.
I see
I really
that.
shouldn't have smoked weed before.
Yeah,
My
I
bad.
think I'm gonna be totally honest. So I saw my buddy and he was like, "Hey, I totally forgot about your birthday. Here's a bunch of gummies," and I was like, "Oh, cool, I'll take those." I forgot what
Wait,
Tuesday
you
is.
just said you gave me them. You told me
Yeah,
that
usually
they were
they're
just
25 milligrams each. They were like 250 each. I don't remember how many I ate, but it was like more than 12.
You told me you just got them at your local
No,
Stop and Shop.
yeah, for you to try, but no, they did taste less like death this time. They still tasted extremely weedy, but I could taste a little bit of strawberry. It was pretty good, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But so great birthday gift indeed. I appreciate it always. Just a thought. That's all you needed. Granted, we're gonna have to get into predictions because I didn't talk about the one thing that I'm so excited for, that I cannot wait for. I really, really like Mustafa Ali.
Do ya?
I do indeed. I have thoroughly enjoyed him. I have been lucky enough to see him early enough on in his career that I was able to like really just follow him early on, stay with his career, and he just caught on with me. So I don't remember what it was on YouTube, but it was he was working as a night police officer, you know, during the night shift and wrestling during the afternoons and evenings, but he used to do it as wearing a mask. So it wasn't until right before he got into the cruiserweight division that I saw him with the NWA and Jersey All Pro Wrestling and IWA Mid-South. It was all on YouTube, and I was covering wrestling more at that time online. So we ended up being invited to SmackDown, and he was there as part of the Cruiserweight Classic, and we got to see him perform not just a dark match, but a Cruiserweight match as well. And then they were, this was before 205 Live or any of that. So he had the best match of the night, and we saw some crazy stuff. And he just killed it. So I'm like, oh my God, this guy's incredible live. He's really good with these promos. He's a great face. People are going to get behind him. The whole, light. It should have been bigger than it was. And when he finally made his debut, and he we had 205 Live. He went through NXT briefly. He didn't win the tag team classic, but they looked good in the first round, and he did a really great match in 205 Live against Dorado, and then he had the feud with Drew Gulak. Like, he had a lot of great matches, but him and Buddy Murphy put on probably one of my favorite matches of 2016. Like, these guys were amazing. And then we got to see him live, and it was Pac, Neville, against Mustafa. And I went with my other former co-host. We went to Mohegan Sun, and it was incredible to see him again in person. So I got behind this guy, and I was like full steam ahead. And every opportunity that he got, it just got stripped away from him. Every time he started to get momentum, something happened and it fell down. He's in the Royal Rumble, last 30 minutes, he gets taken out by Nakamura and Samoa Joe, right? Oh, he eliminates them. What? Oh, that's huge. Oh my God, he might have a chance. Oh, he gets eliminated by Nia Jax. Like, so every time this guy, oh my God, he's going to get the WWE title from Daniel Bryan. He's going to go to the Elimination Chamber match, win the number one contendership.
I think Daniel Bryan wanted to put him over.
Yes, and then he was going to go ahead and win. And then he got a black eye, got put out. I think it was by either Kevin Owens or Randy Orton at that point. So, or maybe it was Kofi, but regardless, the injury to his eye, he got replaced by Kofi. And that's when Kofi Mania became a thing at Fastlane, right? He returns at Fastlane, and he's supposed to be added as a last minute thing between Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens. But then he gets pinned by Bryan instantly, so it's a farce. Now he's got to shorten his name to Ali. Ali, Money in the Bank. He's rumored to be the favorite. I'm there, in person, Hartford, watching him ascend the ladder. Everybody's done. He already did the fucking splash off the ladder, took everybody else out. They're down. He's holding on to the briefcase for what feels like an eternity without moving. Cue Brock fucking Lesnar. Lesnar's theme, you know, the metal music starts playing, and the entire time the music is blaring. That metal music is starting on in the intro. We hear it. And he's going to sit there holding the briefcase, watching Lesnar walk down slowly.
Watch tomorrow and flame.
As I said on The State of Wrestling, much like the Spaz Phoenix show tonight knows, I went ahead and could do the Simpsons meme with this one. I watched his love for wrestling die in that moment. I could see his heart break. I wasn't so far away that he could necessarily see my eyes, but I saw his. And I saw the passion of wrestling evaporate from this man's soul, as everything he did just never was enough. And it wasn't that long later that he was just relegated to nothingness and you didn't see from him. So he got to go down to NXT. And he had a feud with Dolph Ziggler for a little bit, and that was big. And he keeps going for titles, but doesn't get it. And finally, he almost wins the North American title from who? You remember who's champion at that time?
I'm trying to think. What year was it?
Dominic is
Oh, yeah,
2023.
Dominic, wasn't it?
Dirty Dom, and guess who cost him that match? Mommy, Rhea Ripley. So 9 days before he's supposed to fight Dominic Mysterio.
Right?
Yeah, he gets released, but he is the #1 contender. He won the match to get that title shot. So he comes out on NXT last night and he says that I am owed a match. This is what happened, 700 days. And he goes on, but it is so true. And so it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned because they didn't know. And years later, they'd have a TNA and, showdown. And that would be, of course not. But that's what it turned into. And it was incredible to see how just all of this came to be. We have the NXT versus TNA show happening, but they could have just sent him out there and be like, oh, I'm here to challenge you as representing TNA. Boom, done. They didn't need to do any of the storyline stuff, but they did. And they did it for a lot of people. From Mike Santana on downwards, everybody you saw backstage, out with in the parking lot or with a microphone in the ring, showed some character work in any way, shape, or form they could, and they all progressed the plot further to this Showdown show next week. That's what's missing in AEW. That's what's not there to grab me, to pull me in deep. Why are the Death Riders still a thing? Why is Jamie Hayter not just killing Julia Hart?
All right, don't bring up all that stuff. You're going to put somebody to sleep with that information.
All right, it could be. So people are saying, well, Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry, they were left off the card. And what do you think's going to be with that?
Say his name and he.
So I said, they're going to be special guest refs for both matches. That's how they're going to be involved. They can represent both sides, and then whichever side loses can say, well, so-and-so fucked me. Joe Hendry counted the pin for NXT. See, he's not a TNA guy. He's screwed. It works on or the team that wins could say they were favored by the ref. Like, there's so many angles for this to be a story within a story within a story that it's great. And now, when I was talking to Spaz about this, I was looking for news tonight as well. And even news channels agree.
Oh.
Okay, we're back. We had a hiccup there. Not sure what happened, but the computer froze for a second. I think we're good still.
As long as we're back.
We're back. I think we're being fucked with again. I don't...
I warned you, but you refused to listen. Your ego knows no bounds. I told you plain as day what was coming. All of you. You want your reviews from this man? This retard is nothing but a liar. He hasn't acknowledged his past, so therefore
I'm trying to get us back.
will forever be your future.
I think we're back.
Who really wants your opinion? The review of Jake is coming.
Are we back? Guys? Cody? Cool.
Hi. Yeah, what the hell was that?
It says, warning, the stream's current bitrate is lower than recommended, and now we're back. Okay, good connection. Sorry, guys. Refresh. Sorry, that was really weird. We gotta figure this out. Something is going on with the computer currently, so... I don't know if we're being taken over or what, but that's a bit troubling. It's just things not working. At least we're getting it to go through at this
Was
point.
it Mustafa Ali?
It could have been. It could have been, you know? You never know for sure, but we're getting rid of Rumble at this point. See if that helps, you know? I apologize,
Remember, he was
folks.
the SmackDown hacker.
He was, and incidentally enough, people are going to be like, oh, you guys are... No, that was weird. I don't know what happened. Like, everything froze on my screen, got really still. I couldn't get anything to work, and then... static. Okay. All good. Predictions back on the way. So Mustafa Ali comes out there and approaches and just gives an amazing, amazing promo about how this is what he's owed and this is what, you know, he's worked towards for all this time. I can't blame him. You know, it makes perfect sense. Here you are trying to go ahead and have yourself, you know, a chance to be great. I was just really surprised. I didn't think that this was going to be the person to challenge Ethan Page because they set it up where it was, you know, Dr. Wagner Jr. being the one to answer. Well, it's freezing on me. This is quite weird. I don't know what's going on.
Wi-Fi issue?
Seems to be. Could be an internet issue. Might be. We're going to go ahead and...
Yeah, my Wi-Fi's been crappy too.
Could be, but
a lot of people
we'll
said
see if
that
that
lately.
helps. We're off of the restream, so sorry, folks. If you're on Twitter, you'll have to go ahead and check us out over on the YouTubes. YouTube.com/countdownended or YouTube.com/Jake DeMarco. It's up to you.
NFL predictions.
Absolutely, but we'll get into those at the very end as well. So make sure you head over there, folks. If you're hanging out anywhere else, I appreciate it. We'll try and rope in some of the bandwidth and see if that helps. All right, let's find out. Drop frames, no kidding, YouTube. Thanks for letting us know. Glad you're helping. At least we're back and coming through loud and clear. So thank you, folks, for being patient.
Predictions quickly.
I think the gods of YouTube were being like, hey, YouTube's not receiving enough video. Open the widget. So I want Ali to win as well. He's the heel,
Ethan
but
Page
so is...
versus Mustafa Ali.
Yes, and we're getting it. For the North American title, there has to be a winner as well for these matches. So
I'm going to go nutty with this predictions here. I don't know if you're going to go on board with me. I think Mustafa Ali wins.
I agree. Yep.
Do you?
I agree. Yeah, because no other titles of the singles variety are on the line. We have the tag titles, but I think that Ethan Page is going to keep going for the Latin American title against Dr. Wagner because they're still like focused ahead with that. And he can go for that title. I see Page being brought up in the next couple of months. I definitely see, they're saying Obafemi is going to be on SmackDown, folks. I don't know how true that is. I've read it a few different places, so allegedly take it with a grain of salt, but say his name, he will appear like Joe Hendry.
Say his name and
So long as we got somebody there, that's all that matters.
You know it.
I think Mustafa Ali wins
Mustafa
here.
Ali is definitely winning.
He's got to win, you know, and the way he cut this promo, like I said, it was just really damn awesome. What a great callback.
Gotta win after that.
I mean, a really amazing callback. He had such horrific history within WWE at times. Oh, Retribution turned out to be such a joke and a stain on him for a long time. He wanted this fucking political gimmick that's working so well on the indies and now TNA. WWE didn't want to do it. He cut one vignette. You remember him? I think it was on SmackDown, and he had the one vignette. I know, the winner for the TNA Women's title was named vacant for a while, and now it's an NXT star. So NXT being the bad guys because they have TNA's title. So TNAs are coming back for the titles. All the TNAers, they're all out there. We got the big TNAers, the little ones, the males, the females, even the little ones. They're all there ready in their Cybertruck to fight the NXTers. I love the callback here. Mustafa Ali, if you don't win, there is something wrong with this universe, I swear to you.
Yes, there will be.
Then we have Dark State, and we don't know which two. It said Dion Lennox and Osiris Griffin taking on Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, the
Hardy
tag
boys.
team champions for TNA. Everyone banned from ringside.
Winner takes all, right?
Yes.
If you're, I don't know if you're gonna follow this lead. If you're gonna see where I'm going here, I think the Hardy Boys win.
Why do you think that, though?
I don't want to say yet. You'll find out at the end when maybe it'll spoil my other two predictions. Okay,
Okay.
well, why not? I'll just say it then. I guess I think TNA is gonna clean sweep.
So that's your kind of guess here. You're thinking, and I don't think it spoils it because I
Because
still got to get
NXT
your why, but I think Ali deserves the title. I think that Matt and Jeff they said it. These are the only titles they haven't gotten. Losing the titles to from Dark State, losing the titles to the Hardys is not burying you. You're working with the number one tag team still in the industry right now, the biggest drawing tag team almost in history. I mean, they're up there in the upper echelon. You know, the Midnight Express, the Road Warriors, all of it. The Hardys are up there. I'm sorry, they are. They absolutely are. Those boys have done singles careers, tag careers, singles again. They have reinvented themselves yearly. They've done so much that work they didn't, but they always try.
Jeff Hardy was bigger than Obama, they say, right?
What are you going to say?
Wait.
Right? I forgot about that. So it's funny, but hey, if it works, it works. I think that's the thing. They haven't had these the NXT titles before. And if you have Dark State lose them, it doesn't really hurt them to lose these titles because they can always get them back.
NXT has had success on TNA a lot. So this is like TNA's like revenge show.
Yes, it is there. And then now, because think about it. The Invasion started the original Invasion storyline, and that's what that was supposed to happen here. This is the start point, not the end point, because the next 6 follow-up episodes for Bound for Glory are being taped at Full Sail, and then they're doing PLEs in Texas and whatnot, so they're going to be there for a while. This is not over with next week. So then both tag team titles would be on the line against Team 3D in the possible main event of Bound for Glory. That's why I think that's such a big deal, because then the NXT titles are being defended as well as the tag titles against Team 3D in one of the biggest tag matches in TNA history, probably, and if not ever, but in a very long time. People are clamoring for this. Subscription rates are through the roof, I guess. People want to see this match, and I can't blame them. I'm excited. I am rip-raring ready to go for Jeff and Matt to go against the Dudleys one more time. Once Devon had that stroke, and I'm like, oh God, he'll never wrestle again. And even Steve, Dr. Stevie, Stevie Richards, he's worried about Devon going back into the ring, amongst others. And I hope, like you said, it's not, what happened to Taker and HBK and Triple H and Kane and Goldberg and all of them in Saudi.
Those ones, yeah.
All of them. Even John Cena and Triple H was not great. All the Saudi stuff.
No.
Let's make them jet lagged. Let's give Goldberg 2 concussions, and then let's make it sure it's 104-degree high humidity heat. You know,
That'll
like
do the trick. The icing on the cake there.
Yeah, exactly. You know, or what is that? 300 Celsius? I don't fucking know the French math. God, Jesus. I'm glad you agree with me though. I'm thinking it has to be this way. So I think
So you're going with me here with these predictions.
I'm not. I don't think it's an
No?
entire clean sweep. I don't. I want to believe it, but I don't think so. But I think
which tag team match you want to go for first? Because
I'm going to go with the women's next. So we both agree about the Hardys. We both agree about Mustafa Ali. Mustafa is great. I love what he does because he always elevates whoever he works with. He leaves them higher than where he started off. It's like a campground rule, you never leave it dirtier than you found it. You clean what you do. Same idea. And, if he's going to lose, he sells for them like no other. If he's going to win, he still sells for them, but he makes himself not always just be the main focus. Like he's very selfless, but he's also very, very, very smart and very enigmatic, very calculating, and he's cool. He's just got that fucking aura about him being this political leader. And in this point in time, it's a bit of a gimmick and a half to have. So I give Mustafa the Into Somewhere, stamp of approval. Dead man agrees. I didn't agree to shit. So, Team NXT, JC Jane, Jada Parker, Soul Ruka, getting Soul back in there, baby. I gotta be excited for that. And the Soul Snatcher.
The Soul Snatcher.
Then we got Lola Vice. Shake that ass. Shake that ass.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah, shake that ass. Shake that ass. Cody, shake your ass. Come on. There we go. See, they can't see you, but I can see you still. Huh. All right, video call. You forgot. Shake that ass. Are you ever going to wear pants? I mean, I understand you're home, you're wearing boxers, but like, just wondering. Never mind. Don't answer that. I'm in pajamas. I'm in dog face heart pajamas.
No, you're not. You showed me what you before we went.
I have pictures of Milo all over my ass and crotch. No, really. These pants are awesome. I don't think it show much, but see, I got pictures of Milo. Oh, come on, green screen. Work with me. There we go. See, pictures of Milo. Yeah, all over my pants. And hearts. See? That dog lives a better life than I do. He eats better. I make him breakfast. He eats like an actual cooked dinner every night. Well, he takes good care of me. He's a service dog, and he does his damn good job. So
that's fair.
No time for Soul's Hole, because the Snatcher's got to get out there and save NXT. Because Team TNA is NXT's own TNA Women's Knockout Champ, Kalani Jordan, Cassie Lee, Jess McKay, the Inspiration, formerly the Iconics. I loved the Iconics. Were they the best in ring? No.
Iconic.
But they were so entertaining. Do you remember when Enzo and Cass cut a promo with no mic? Like that kind of aura? Those girls had that. They would walk out holding each other's fingers, doing the interlocking little skip. Fucking badass. I enjoyed the shit out of Kayla. The shit in the back, like all the. They didn't turn the personality off. Like they just ramped themselves up to far past 11, and they were fun. They didn't mind being the butt of the joke ever. They made fun of themselves. How many times did freaking Cassie as Peyton Royce get covered in some shit, or you know what I mean? They were constantly being covered in some type of fecal matter substitute that Vince liked. Those women busted their ass. And then as they progressed better in the ring, because they didn't have a ton of experience, and Vince was infamous for doing that. Why not let people go to NXT and hold up? No, we're just going to put them out there. Like Eva Marie, and we've seen what happens. So I feel like the women for TNA are going to win this match. And I feel like it's going to be,
TNA.
I think Mara Sade. For TNA, the former Jakara Jackson is going to win the day. It is Survivor Series style elimination.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
You keep forgetting to say Survivor Series.
Survivor Series tag team match. Yeah.
What, you're not
Series.
saying it right.
What?
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
Jesus fuck. Survivor Series. Like,
I'm confused.
what are you? Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
Am I speaking French? Like, Survivor Series.
I don't get it.
Now put it all together. Survivor Series. Elimination tag match.
Elimination tag match. Yes. Survivor.
No,
Series.
Survivor Series. Elimination tag match.
Survivor Series. Elimination tag match.
You're doing this on purpose, right?
Am I?
You're trying to embarrass me again because you think it's funny to fuck around when we're trying not to waste time?
Well, when I don't have the shock collar on, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Glad you reminded me of that. Okay.
Wait a second. Why'd you... My bank account, though.
Listen.
Why'd you find me?
Survivor Series Elimination Tag Team Match. Go.
Survivor Series Elimination Tag Team Match.
One more time.
Survivor Series Elimination Tag Team Match.
Yeah, you got it. All right. Fucking perfect. I knew we'd get there.
Hey, you refunded me.
Told you, don't fuck up. Look at that. Now, for the Survivor Series Elimination Tag Team Match. See, if we don't say it like that, we're gonna get sued. If we don't...
By who? You didn't tell me about this.
WWE's claiming everything. They're not even just claiming videos anymore, or just photos, or you know, they claim their music. No, they're claiming audio clips now. So
What?
if we say the word Survivor and then we put the word series directly after it together, they can come after us because that's registered trademark. I'm afraid to say wrestle and then, you know, mania without putting a few words in between with how litigious they've become as well. I mean, you gotta be careful.
How do you say it now?
Well, if we put a little bit of extra inflection in our voice, the AI can't pick up the word entirely. Like, it thinks like you're phonetically retarded. So it just skips over like, oh, it's a child. They don't know what they're talking about. So survivors, like, you got to really, like, because if you don't hit that other tone, it thinks you're like not fucked up.
So it's just about the flows and tones in your voice.
Yeah.
To help prevent.
Because if you're sitting there and you're just like, is it popcorn? You know, and like the thing is not, it doesn't need to, like, you know, you're getting it.
Yeah.
So a little bit, yeah, like no one's kicking you in the nads, but like, you know, maybe you sat a little wrong. Survivor, you know?
Oh, gotcha. Like,
You ever fall on your toothbrush?
You know, every now and then, you know.
Yeah, me neither. So Mike Santana, I see why they made him team captain. I see why they didn't make Trick team captain, because they can't trust him. But why can they trust Kalani? She's an NXTer. She's not a TNAer. She's got your belt. She's the enemy. I know, the enemy of my enemy, but she's not enemies with these girls either. It's not like she had if they were going to pick her, I wish they had more time to have thought all of this out. Like, the Ali thing fell into their laps perfectly. He's been holding on to that. Like, I was owed a match. I'm going to bring this up. You know, because people didn't know he was going to be there. So it's not like you could say, oh, the internet suggests. No, he knows. He's great. With this, you can't say like, oh, Kalani had a big falling out with the ladies. She's just done for. What are we going to do? Instead, she won the belt. And now we don't know what to do with her. It's like, okay. All right. Okay. I'm worried about what we get next with these things. Kalani as the NXT, or excuse me, the TNA knockout champ. let her go to TNA. I would almost like it if you're that team, TV show, stay there. Let her be on TNA from now on. Defend the belt. If you can't trust Trick, why trust Kalani? She just won it Saturday. She just won it at No Mercy. What are you doing? How do you know you can trust her? She's being first introduced to most of these people tonight. He said, I gotta have you meet some people. Who? Everybody. Because they're all in the parking lot. Because Triple H wouldn't spring for a ride for these guys, so we're taking trolleys back and forth.
I am the game.
Except we don't have a car, so we're using this Cybertruck to load us all in. Yeah. You know who was upset?
Cybertruck.
Undertaker. They didn't give me a ride on the Cybertruck. That's pretty mean. Nobody took Uncle Taker on the Cybertruck.
Did you tell anybody yet? He told you that personally?
Yeah, he texted me earlier. He said, I wanted to try out driving the Cybertruck. Oh, dead man. He's got laryngitis, too. He's all fucked up. So, Mike Santana picks who? Frankie Kazarian. I get why. That's like, if you want to represent TNA with any star, besides AJ, like, one of the first few people that always comes to mind. Samoa Joe, Kazarian, Styles. There's a few that, like... Frankie's one. I would even say, Rude was in that for a while, and
probably Rude, yeah.
Yeah, beer money. But we got Kazarian. I don't know if he was the best choice for this team, but still, Moose
right? Yeah.
and Leon Slater. Leon's a great choice against Team Ricky Saints. So we got Trick, Dirty Trick. Can't trust Trick, who can?
I like it. Yeah, man.
It's all tricky.
Dirty Tricky Trick's there. And who else? Javon Evans. I like it. Get bouncy. And then our new favorite, Miles Bourne. Doesn't look like Randy Orton anymore. He did. He looked like Randy Orton for a while. But
no, he didn't.
My wife is talking to the dog through the Ring camera, and he's just like ignoring her. He sees her, he lifts his head up on the pillow, and he's like, fuck you say? He just puts his head back down. It's so cute that he lays on pillows. He likes them. Like, he takes stuffed animals and tucks them under his head. Adorable. Adorable. Dog, I'm telling you. Yeah, I wish this could have, could have had more time to like have Kalani have a falling out with the Twitter side of things, like involved. Oh, all the girls don't want me around, like plant seeds. At least we could have expected her to be on Team TNA, but hey, she's got the belt. She's going to be there. I'm looking too far into it, maybe. Like I said, I'm happy we're getting it, but I think the women, as we said before, win for TNA.
Yeah.
Mustafa Ali, and the Hardys all win.
Mm-hmm.
But the men, Team TNA, I think they're losing. I think they're going to have Ricky Saints, Trick, Javon, and Miles win. Because Ricky's the champ, and so is Trick. So you don't want to have the two champs get pinned. Javon has the match coming up at Bound for Glory. So Miles Bourne, if it comes down to him, the other three, somebody's got to get eliminated maybe, but Mike Santana already beat the hell out of Trick. I think Mike is going over at Bound for Glory. More than likely, I feel like he's going to get the title back from Trick in a great match.
I like it. Yeah, man.
It's coming. Know. We're coming.
I'm going to go clean sweep. I think Team TNA for the men also win.
Cody O'Needy, 316, clean sweep. Hell yeah. I'm going the other way. I'm going 3-1.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah, 3-1 indeed, because I think Team NXT wins this match. Saints, Williams, Javon, Miles, they win because Mike Santana is going to lose here. And then this will be the basically the go home show for Bound for Glory from for NXT side of things. I'm excited, so I
ready
think
for that
this
clean
show
sweep, boy.
We've had a few NXT special events. Like when they first debuted on the CW and we got Obafemi and was it Julia to win that night? They both won the titles, yeah, from Roxanne and from was it Trick was a champ, I think? Yeah. So we've had a few like special themed episodes. This was already planned to be the special themed episode for NXT. I guess they had this invasion. It wasn't going to be invasion, but they knew this was going to be a network special for a while. They just didn't know what they were going to do to put there. And the invasion thing kind of just naturally came about with TNA's working relationship. Cool to see how that happened. They kind of called their shot, and much like the Call Your Shot gauntlet, they're making it work. I appreciate the extra effort, and I want to see this go off as a big success so that they do more things going forward, because I think they're doing this with TNA and making them a big focus on TV because they're pushing for TNA to get a TV deal with the CW to be on Wednesdays. We're going to get Impact from TNA on the CW within the next year. That's my guarantee. I'm telling you, it's happening. WWE is pushing TNA hard because why? Not only do they like working them, they could buy them out. They had a buyout option at one point and decided not to. But if anybody else tries to buy them and isn't going to play ball with WWE, like we said, then they're going to buy them out. So we'll see what comes of it in the few weeks. But I feel like they're trying to ramp up the worth and value of TNA to investors, to the TV brands. They're going to be like, look at the ratings this got, look at the... But we also have Tuesday Night Dynamite next week to worry about. So because of the MLB and, playoff times, we're heading into extra innings. And with that, I'm sorry.
All the Mets needed to do was fucking win.
Yeah, the Arrowverse is long dead, and any drive they had with that is gone. The CW absolutely needs shows, so they're going to jump on this eventually.
You made me pissed again.
I'm sorry. And WWE, I think eventually, like Trek said in the chat, will buy TNA. I think it's just a matter of time before that happens. They're trying to get the most they can out of TNA, and I feel like they're building them up to make them into something special more so. The more pivotal they are in making them excel, the better. I'm excited for this like you wouldn't believe, like 8.5 to 9 out of 10 excitement, and it's a weekly show.
Me too.
Crazy,
and
crazy.
That clean sweep is incoming.
Yes.
You need to get a clean sweep on something.
You're telling me. Collision did not have a good rating. That had 248,000. So apparently Raw was down, had one of the worst viewership numbers for Netflix. Everybody's suffering with Monday Night Football. It's just, it's happening. But I think if things are kind of also with them playing around the times. We've had WWE Raw at 7 p.m. for the last few weeks. Now it's going back to 8 this upcoming week. I like the 7 p.m. start time. You get done by like 9:30, 9:45. I preferred it. I'm exhausted. It works good. Let's go. So maybe they'll go back to it. But for now, it seems like they're going back to 8 o'clock. Cody, Bound for Glory. Right now, we know we've got Javon Evans, Leon Slater in a singles match for that X Division title. The Inspiration are going to take the tag titles away from the Knockouts tag team champions, Heather and M by Elegance. Still no update on why she had to retire, poor chick. So, sucks, Ash, that, she had to let go of the belt and for now, retire. Just really upsetting. The Call Your Shot gauntlet is intergender this year. The winner receives a trophy and a contract they can evoke anytime, obviously Money in the Bank style. The system is taking on Order 4 in the 10-person intergender hardcore war. Should be crazy. Kalani Jordan, Indy Hartwell, TNA Knockouts world title there. We got the Hardys. Team 3D, like we said, last time ever, tables match for the World Tag Team titles and possibly the NXT Tag Team titles. Notice they're going to use tables, ladders, and chairs in the match, but they have to call it a tables match, I read, because they can't use the TLC moniker. That's trademarked. And then Trick Mike Santana. Is Santana finally going to bring it home, or is Trick holding on to that belt? Singles match for the TNA World Championship. So far, we only have 2 people announced for the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. Lee is in there, and Mance Warner. We saw Mance being a bit of a psychopath in NXT around when everybody was fighting. So we talked about Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry probably being the refs in the multi-person elimination matches. I think that will be a lot of fun. I'm curious to know what we got else tonight with Dynamite 6. Their account's out of money, so the Young Bucks had no more introductions. They're the Broke Bucks. We had that 6-man tag where Andrade joined the Don Callis family. Kyle Fletcher took on Orange Cassidy and retained his TNT title tonight in a 15-minute match. It said that it was a good match, but Don Callis then, after the match, a hologram imposter put the boots to Orange Cassidy, and he's like an orange hologram, and he's also part of the Don Callis family. He unmasked, and he had another mask on underneath, so it's a clone. It's a clone hologram. That's what they're going with. So while Hologram, the wrestler, is injured and out, they're doing the El Grande American Idol. They're doing the same thing, right? El Grande Americano Idol. I don't know. I'm not about this, but Don Callis is going to be the wah behind the meh. We got Hangman Page. Yeah. The Hobbs, the Samoa Joes, taking on the Mox, the Claudios, and the Daniel Garcias. That sounds exciting. I am so beyond sick and tired of the freaking Death Riders. That's really my problem. Like, when Cody finished his story, when he beat Roman, imagine, like, Seth didn't go away for a few months, but imagine then on Raw, Roman came out, and he didn't attack Cody, but he attacked Seth again. And then Seth had to keep having all these matches with him and team up with the Usos to take him down. And like, it would have made Cody's win feel just pointless, right? Like, you didn't slay the beast and save WWE from the Tyrant King. You just delayed the inevitable. Well, Hangman literally choked him to the point of submission with a chain at All In front of all those fans in Texas. A hometown man. Not TNA's, you know, don't want to get screwed there, but the Texas boy, the cowboy, he got it done. Opens the freaking briefcase. We hadn't seen the title in almost a year. There it is. Danielson's nameplate still on it. Emotional. Oh, but you didn't vanquish the Death Riders. And it's not even like the rest of them kept up the fight while Moxley was there the next fucking day. So much for selling the fight, right? And he's attacking everybody and he's winning constantly. And guess what? They defeated the Death Riders today, but only because he's the champ. But afterwards, Page handed Hobbs his trio belt, and then he brings, Joe's belt, but then his belt falls on the mat, so he gets his old title, but Joe looks mad, and Hobbs is now they're going to fight with each other. It's like, why would Hangman intentionally drop the belt in front of him? That's to set up an angle for Title Tuesday next week. Like, that's how quick you rush because they want to sell Samoa Joe versus Hangman Page next Tuesday. Like, yeah, it'll be a great match, I'm sure, but that's how you set that up. He drops the belt in front of him. What are you, Charlotte and Becky 3 years ago or whatever the fuck that was? It was longer than that, right? 2018, 17, 19, what the fuck ever. I can't do math on the fly. But they made it a match, so it's not going to be a Wrestle Dream, right? Or are they going to do it at Title Tuesday? Either way, it's stupid. That's how you make it, whatever. Tony Storm versus Tay Mello. I guess this was stupid quick. I even said the other day, where the hell has Tay Mello been anywhere? So great to finally bring her back out to get beat very quick. Gates of Agony took on the Swirl, Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. And they won in about 8 minutes. They beat the shit out of the Gates of Agony beat the shit out of Christian and Lee Johnson. So, joy. We had Chris Statlander do an interview. Harley Cameron entered the scene. She had a Statlander puppet. And that was that. And then we got Statlander and Darby taking on Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta. So why was it not Darby and Statlander versus Marina and Moxley? That makes sense because Darby and Mox just had the coffin match. They had this feud that won't end. No one gives a shit about Wheeler Yuta. So making that the main event was really stupid. Obviously, Statlander and Darby win here. It was Allen, you know, Darby hit a coffin drop and Statlander pins him, and that's it. That's when Pac and everybody come in and they beat the shit out of him. And he said, "I'm going to make you say I quit." And Pac stood up and Darby hit him with a he hit Darby with a clothesline, and that was it. Pac stood tall with all of the Death Riders. It's just like Raw was with Division. Starts out with the Death Riders, ends with the Death Riders, and it just rinse and repeat. Yep. Beat down. This is why we're complaining about Raw, because it's hard to be constructive. It is. It's the same shit.
Wrestling's in a down period right now, and
that's why I'm loving NXT so much. And it's not like, oh, I'm making myself. No, I'm not big on the hardcore matches. When NXT does it, they have like a few chairs or something. Like it's not that I'm not squeamish at blood. I like to see things escalated when it matters. When it's a thumbtacks match.
I don't mind hardcore matches, but make it mean something. But AEW, like almost every match could end up being a hardcore match for all we know.
Like I don't mind Darby coming out with the flamethrower because he's used it. You know, we've seen him use the flamethrower. But if he was coming out with it every week and never used it before, it'd be silly.
Yeah,
but all the time in AEW, they inject a bit of poison. We used the cinder block and needles, and we burnt down houses. And you get to a point where it's like the Attitude Era, where it was too much. You know, we got to destroy a car and fill the car with cement and flip it. It doesn't have to be that extreme all the time, and that's the problem. So, like the tack match for me, it's like, oh, the spot where you land on the tacks and it hurts really bad. And you're like, we're gonna do that 25 times for 15 minutes. How many tack spots do we care about? Like every time, oh no, he's going to go back in the tacks. Oh, he's going to go in the tacks again. Now he's getting dropped on his ass in the tacks. Now he's dropped on the head. Look at all the tacks sticking out of him. Those tacks, they're not tacky. They hurt. It's pretty wacky. Look at these guys. Crazy. So it'd be different, like weapons matches. All right, well, we start off with the table. Oh, you go through the table. It didn't take you out. Now I sprinkled down the glass and... All right, you ask, but at least with the glass, you know it's sugar cane and it's not real glass. But with these idiots, they use real glass. Cry me a river. I don't know. I want things to be logical. You know, you whip out the pizza cutter and the fucking light tubes and the unprotected chair shots one after another. Like you want to win blood and guts and you got him hanging to a chair and from the wall and you're going to chair him to the head, go for it. But make it mean something. Make it count. Not, well, we got tacks on the mat. Well, we're going to put tacks on the apron. Then tacks on the steel stairs. Tacks on a chair. Tacks on a table. Tacks on a Slim Jim table. Sorry, that's Heartland's beef jerky table. You know, they can't have Slim Jim. That's a copyright. You know, Heartland's beef.
I'm surprised they haven't yet.
Slim Jim. Something happened during the match with Paige and Joe. That's why Joe is upset, not the title stuff. Okay, I'm going back. So thank you for clarifying. But you know, I this is why I don't center my Wednesdays around having to watch this before I get into the show. Like we rarely cover AEW live. I like to be there for the live events. You know, I'll still watch those, you know, the PLEs and pay-per-views, but the week to week, it takes a lot to get me to want to watch it because nothing is making me feel like I'm invested into something that's going to have a payoff.
You can't criticize them too much. You don't want
the Death Riders. We finally got one payoff.
Has the whole roster ever went after you before?
No. I'm not hating though because I want to like it. I keep tuning in. I keep watching. I'm trying to promote it. I'm trying to be. Paige has never beaten Joe.
I gave
Yeah,
constructive
see, like there
criticism
should be,
one
but
time,
it's going to be a
and
quick thing, and it's kind of odd. Out of all the people that Paige should face right now, Joe is a face. He shouldn't be facing Joe right now. Out of everybody, like that's just a Mark sicko thing to do. Not logical. He's the trios champ. He doesn't need to be fighting for the world title right now. Like, do the trios stuff. Isn't Shibata injured and Hook's back? Do something like that. Come on. You're the ops, right? You guys are the trios guys right now. Go take your trios titles and do shit. Besides that, what are you doing? What are you achieving? Because now the trios titles aren't being defended because you're going to have your guy go for the main title when other people, not Fletcher, but there's other, Fletcher could have a rematch with a fucking stipulation in it, and that would be great. I saw highlights of his match tonight. I know it was damn good. I guarantee it was damn good. It looked damn good. Fletcher is has a future in this business, no doubt. But I don't know. Def Rebel make Hook's music? No, it's Action Bronson, right? But it sounds enough, you know. He was at Grand Slam and sang him to the ring when he had that tag match with him. It was very whelming. Not underwhelming, not overwhelming, just whelming. I was very whelmed. Cody, any other comments about NXT Showdown or anything with AEW at this point, my friend?
I can't comment on anything AEW because, yeah, it's been boring. But NXT, I'm excited for. I'm probably going to actually watch live. I got nothing else to do.
You better be watching
on a
live
Tuesday.
because we're going to be live with the review afterwards. We'll be tuning in for people. I know your guys, our boys at the Wrestling for Life Network are going to have the live coverage watch along. We'll be in the chat hanging out with them for the NXT watch along, and then we'll be live over here for the review. So check them while you watch NXT, watch along with them, and then we'll be here for the review. We're going to have a blast next Tuesday as we celebrate Title Tuesday. We'll be checking out AEW as well. Yeah, as well as NXT.
You want to try to get a clean sweep on something?
What's that? My NFL predictions, week 5? Yeah, we'll go ahead and get into it, my friend. I got to know, because you got to tell me what the Thursday night game starting is.
All right. Starting off, Thursday Night Football tomorrow. You got the San Francisco 49ers versus the LA Rams. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 49ers.
49ers, all right.
Yeah, probably not my best call, but yeah, it's all right.
First game on Sunday. You got the Vikings versus the Browns.
Oh, Vikings? Sure.
Alrighty. Then you got the Cowboys versus the Jets.
Jets. I'll never.
And you got the
never
Giants.
met Cowboys.
I hate the Cowboys.
Ditto.
I hate the Eagles the most, though. But you know,
Ditto.
don't have to get. That's another
Those are the
day.
two. You're a Giants fan. You hate Eagles and Cowboys.
Giants versus Saints.
I want to say Giants. I know the Saints will probably beat them. I'm going to say Giants because I didn't last week and they finally won. So they'll lose to the Saints, but I'm going to pick the Giants anyways. Watch.
I know. The
I'm
one
picking
time you
them to
don't pick them,
lose.
that's hilarious.
There we go.
But what if they win? Then you go.
No, I'm picking them that's my pick, but I'm still thinking they're going to lose. So I'm just
So it's a
reminding
win-win for you
myself.
either way.
No, not really, because if they lose, I'm going to be upset. But if they win,
Oh, that's true.
I'll be happy because I got it right.
Then you got the Raiders versus the Colts.
Ooh, Raiders. Sure.
Then you got the Dolphins versus the Panthers.
Panthers.
Battle of the Mid. That's
Yes.
what that is.
Yes.
You got the Broncos versus the Eagles. Oh, sorry.
Next. Broncos.
Who'd you pick?
Broncos.
Broncos. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you got the Texans versus the Ravens.
Ravens.
Now you got the Titans versus Cardinals.
Cardinals.
here you got the Buccaneers versus the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Now you got the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
I'll help you with this one. Versus a Bengals team without Joe Burrow, a lot of injuries.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna pick the Lions, but Lions.
Okay. Now you got the Redskins. Represent. You picked them for me last week, and
Yeah.
they failed.
Yeah. So who do you think there's gonna be? Who are they playing this week?
The Chargers.
Oh, I'm picking the washed up portion. The Redskins are gonna win. There we go.
Thank you. Jaden Daniels is back. They got people return. Oh, excuse you?
They said they're gonna win.
Okay, they better. Don't put any whatever you did to the Mets.
Yeah. No.
Now you got the Patriots versus the Bills.
Patriots.
Now you got the Chiefs versus the Jaguars.
We'll go with the chefs. The chefs.
The Chefs. Like this.
I like that
Yeah.
commercial. Hungry? Have a Snickers. You know, he writes the chefs instead of the Chiefs. Who are the chefs? You remember that commercial?
The
Like,
Chef.
yeah, the guy paints the end field for the Chiefs and does the chefs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why we had that
like-
weird, like people think it was playing or something, but the computer froze like 3 times tonight. I don't know if we were getting a DDoS again. That's happened a few times already. I don't want to name any community being stupid enough. I was picking on John Cena for him coming from Newbury, Mass, that Mass hole. So I wonder if that has something to do with it, John Cena and those Mass haters. But yeah, fucking DDoS might have gotten us off of Instagram, but we're still kicking on YouTube, thankfully. So thank you guys for still hanging out with us here. I appreciate it greatly. Like I said, Chiefs, I'm going with. What else do we got?
Oh, who else you got there?
You tell
I
me.
think that was it.
That's it. We're at the Chiefs is the
believe
last game.
Yeah, you got a few bye weeks. From
Yeah,
teams.
it's 14 games. So, all right, so we got 4 bye weeks in.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Bears, Packers, right? 2 other teams, I believe.
The Eagles are playing, right?
The Eagles are playing Bears, Packers, Falcons, Steelers. Bye
Wow.
weeks.
There we go. We got my lineup. I'm picking all the losers. Yeah, Purdy's out for the 49ers. No Lamar for the Ravens. Take the Jags. Should have taken the Jaguars. I'm picking all the losers. You know, I'm going straight up for it. So I locked it in. We'll see what comes of it. We'll see if I improve or go to even worse in my lack of football knowledge as I embarrass my man card and myself consistently. I think the formerly called Invasion, now Showdown show, is going to be excellent. I think they have a lot of fun things overall that are planned. I'm curious what people in the chat's favorite thing they're looking forward to or favorite moment from NXT. Let us know. We're going to be live next week. We'll be live, obviously, for the Raw review. We'll be live Wednesday for Into Somewhere Weekly, but we'll also be live Tuesday. That's right. For the NXT review after the Showdown show, we'll be live and we'll be covering everything that happens there. Make sure you go ahead and check out Spaz Phoenix on YouTube, where we have our Spaz Phoenix and Jake podcast known as The State of Wrestling. Over there, we talk about everything wrestling, and we got into further deep details about everything going on with this TNA NXT Invasion storyline and the Showdown show. So make sure you go ahead and check that out after this. All the info in the description box down below for Spaz. Check out Liz and make sure you give her a follow on her Twitch page. She's in the description box as well, trying to get her to 1,000 followers. So make sure you help her reach her goal. Cody, tell these lovely people where they can find you, my friend, as we head into the Tuesday night Dynamite. You know, Title Tuesday and AEW versus NXT versus TNA Tuesday night next week. I'm pumped. I'm telling you, my friend, we're going to eat good this week in content. But until then, where
Indeed
can we find
are.
you, my sexy sir?
You can find me over on my Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it nowadays, at Judgment Day Era. You can find me over on my YouTube, also at Judgment Day Era. And yes, I promise to play video games soon for y'all, but got to get that all set up. I know I'm lacking and slacking. You know how it goes.
We're getting
And
you
you
there.
can find me over on my Instagram, Hey Judgment Day Shill, as you know. Cody_Onidi_316.
Please go ahead, hit the like button, check out our shorts. We have a bunch of shorts that we keep posting, highlights from the stream and funny moments. Hopefully you guys are enjoying those. Make sure you're hitting the like button, not only subscribing, but leave a comment as well. Let us know, what are you most looking forward to for the NXT Showdown show? What match are you most looking forward to? What do you think is going to happen? Give us your predictions down below and let us know. I'm looking forward to this show greatly. Until then, thank you again to Unidark for being the official theme and music band of Into Somewhere. We appreciate them greatly. I hope you all stay sexy. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.
Your demons fall, their bones turn to dust. Infernal blood stains everything in me you trust. Once through marrow and flame, scream, no soul shall remain. Bow to the beast unchained. The throne rises, Satan claims your soul. Show signs of madness.